I'm an addict named Ron. And I'm here by God's grace and God's mercy. Sometimes I really don't know how to accept your love for me. I accept it, I just say that I don't know how to accept it. I'm still uncomfortable in my own skin. I don't stay uncomfortable all the time, but it comes and it goes. So I'm listening to the love in this convention this weekend, and I'm in the here and now. I'm right on the button for this particular meeting, and I'm feeling the love and the statements and the testimony, I guess you might say, about who I am. And sometimes I think you're talking about somebody else. I don't spend a lot of time on trying to find out how good I am with other people. It's not important to me, right? Check it out, right? I made a bona fide and genuine effort to turn my will and my life over to the care of God as I understand Him, right? And it didn't come from when I read the third step. It came from writing on the third step and doing the rest of the steps, living the program, check it out, huh? Revisiting, check it out, doing the 10th step, revisiting, check it out, not revisiting you, revisiting me, huh? You know, always revisiting me. You know, how can I improve me? It's not my will, it's not my life, right? I say that I love God, right? I say I love God, you know, so I always ask myself, am I being obedient? Hard sometimes to be obedient. Hard sometimes, because I am, check it out, the perfectly imperfect creation created by the perfect Creator. So I come before you and I'm just going to report. I want to do disclosure. Just want to tell you what's going on with me. I think I do that pretty well. We have one thing to give in Narcotics Anonymous, right? The message is hope, and the promise is freedom. Freedom, not an easy thing for an addict. Not an easy thing at all. You know, it says that there's a certain, we've heard it all weekend, right? There's a certain distorted security in familiar pain. That's not something that is ascribed and attributed solely to addicts. Oh no. I was born in Virginia in 1948 in a little town in the Shenandoah Valley called Lexington. But I look at my history, and my history, check it out. My history has me remembering when Virginia and West Virginia were just one state. Now, not in my lifetime, in my history. You dig it? In my history. Now, it says in who's an addict, right? It says our addiction, enslaved us. We were prisoners of our own minds, condemned by our own guilt. Now, talking about Virginia, and I'm going to tell you how difficult it is for us. Check it out. How difficult it is for us, check it out, to become emancipated. Freed. How do you become a freed slave? A freed slave. My ancestors worked on the Harper plantation in Harper's Ferry, what is now Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. It was just Harper's Ferry, Virginia. And my ancestors met a guy named John Brown. And John Brown was an abolitionist. That means he was a person who fought for the end of slavery, a system of slavery John Brown was Caucasian. He was a white man. My ancestors took up arms with John Brown and fought at Harper's Ferry, Virginia, which is now West Virginia. And they lost the battle. John Brown was hung, he was lynched, he was captured, and the slaves who fought with John Brown, who fought for their freedom, were hung and shot and drawn and quartered. All right? But at some point, slavery was abolished. And wait a minute, in the second step it says it's the process of coming to believe that restores us to sanity. So my ancestors' involvement in fighting against slavery was just a part of the process. We dig it? So when they were freed, my ancestors said, check it out, they said, yes, we're free. Then they turned to each other and they said, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Wait a minute. Where are we going to go? Wait a minute. There's a certain distorted security and familiar pain. Wait a minute. Check it out. Mr. Harper. Can I use your last name? Yes, I am. I'm talking about the slavery of addiction and the patterns of slavery. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about slime. We call it a fucking analogy. It's an anecdote. That means it's a story. They say, Mr. Harper, because we don't know who we are, can we use your name? So they became Harpers. And the Harpers married the Wood family, and my middle name is Wood. Right? And then they said, well, where are we going to go? They said, well, Mr. Harper. They said, Mr. Harper, can, yeah, it ain't going to work. They said, Mr. Harper, can we farm some of the land that we used to be bound to? But I ain't got no money, Mr. Harper. So if you give me some seed and grain, can I farm it just enough to feed my family? Freedom for the slaves meant that they were free, but they weren't real sure what they were free from. They wanted to remain in the same condition, but with a label called freedom. My question to Narcotics Anonymous members, are we going to check it out, proclaim recovery / freedom? Go ahead on now. Yet remain in the same condition of spiritual and emotional bondage. This convention theme, for me it has a double theme. Like a Winchester over and under 12-gauge shotgun. It's got a double blast. The first one is from out of the darkness into the light. The second one is vision without limits. Vision without limits. Let me tell you what, here's a word for you. Right? That a lot of us in Narcotics Anonymous, we suffer from myopia. We are myopic. What does that mean? We suffer from short-sightedness. We have short vision, retarded vision. Our growth is stunted. It's retarded because we check it out. We don't have the courage to take that fucking leap of faith and really invest in the third step of Narcotics Anonymous. Oh, shit. Just don't try to step with this shit, Ben. All right?
We got you, Ron.
Goddamn Ben. I was in the darkness. Check it out, check it out. I was in the darkness most of my life. And wait a minute. There are times in my clean date is August the 14th, 1989. I'm 12 years and 11 months, 12 years and 10 months and some change, clean, right? But there are times when I want to revisit the darkness. I want to revisit it. There's this disease. It's a pathology. It's a sickness. Don't treat it lightly. Check it out. If you've been sitting in here this convention all motherfucking weekend, your ass is sick. Check it out. Wait a minute. Check it out. We, in Narcotics Anonymous, the 12 steps and 12 traditions, it helps us to pass. We start passing. We go through the motions where we really inherit and invest and live the 12 tradition. It's the anonymity, it's the spiritual foundation of all our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities. All right, where we become the fish in the sea that Mao Zedong talked about. Anonymity, right? Where people, they stop taking my inventory because my behavior resembles and looks like everybody else's behavior. All right, that's the only shit that keeps me out of prison. Or the only thing that keeps me out of prison, checking my thoughts. I can't change check it out. I can't change my thinking. I can't do it. Wait a minute, here we go. It works how and why, right? I'll go to the second step, right? And it works how and why. This is stuff that I work with. It says here, wait a minute, second step. I'm in the 10th step. Hang on. In the second step, it says, many of us have found that acting as if we believe is helpful. It says this does not mean that we should be dishonest. Rather, it means that if we have doubts, we practice the program as if we believe we can be restored to sanity. That means, wait a minute, go back to the second step. In the basic text, it says, although we admit a problem with drugs, many of us still will not admit to the need for faith and sanity. The faith is, if you want what Hal P has, you need to be willing to do what the fuck Hal P has done. You dig it? You know, and you start getting humble and you ask him, man, how that work for you? What'd you do? What'd you do, Jimmy T? What'd you do, Glendora? George, Ben, what'd you do? In the sanity, check it out. Go to the 9th step in the basic text where it says a part of sanity is effectively relating to others. How you effectively relate to others, boss? You want success? Wait a minute. When I was doing bank robberies, right, I was in prison. They gave me 20 to 25 years for robbing Central Jersey Bank and Trust Company. I'm a candidate again for the penitentiary. You hear people say use is not an option. What fucking land are they living in? You understand what I'm saying? Using is always an option. It's just not a good option. It's a bad option. It's not a viable option, but it's a motherfucking option. No, check it out. Here's a message. And no, I'll never speak at the World Convention because I don't carry that kind of, check it out, motherfucking message. Yeah. I ain't sending nobody no goddamn resume. If a Narcotics Anonymous resume, fuck you. I don't have a need. I don't have a need to speak here. I don't have speakeritis. I'm not a motherfucking speaker. I'm a messenger. I go where God sends me. And every phone call that comes up ain't from God. Sometimes people just want to bang. Care about speaking. No. Check it out. You know what the World Convention really is? The world. The whole world that we live in. It say, check it out, having had, right? a spiritual awakening. As a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message. 1, to addicts. And 2, and practice these principles in all our affairs. Everybody I interface with, everybody I connect with, I'm supposed to be doing this stuff. My world convention should be, if you're into sports, should be the Little League. Huh? My sports team, his kids run track. His world convention is taking them to track meets. Huh? We gradually and carefully pull ourselves out of the loneliness and isolation of addiction and into the mainstream of life. 7-step hit. Come on, man. This thing, wait a minute. Let's connect the fucking dots, right? Wait a minute. Check it out. Yes. In Narcotics Anonymous. Tell me if you can relate to this. Have you heard it? In Narcotics Anonymous, staying clean must come first. If staying clean comes first, I'm going to ask you, what comes second? What comes after staying clean? Huh? I'll tell you what comes. Cognitive restructuring. A restructuring of our thought processes. But since, check it out. Here we go. But since we can't, wait. Many of us have used, spiritual principles, as a power greater than ourselves. We come to believe that by practicing, not talking about that shit, by practicing these principles in our lives, we can be restored to sanity. This makes sense to us because we have tried many times to think our way into a better way of life. Practicing a better way of life by living according to spiritual principles will eventually have an effect on our thinking. So we don't try to change our thinking, we change our behavior, and our behavior affects our thinking. That means we got to do some things. Wait a minute, you got a third step in your life? You got a third step in your life? We got to do some things against our will. Because my will tells me to do what I always did. And Jackie Miles Mabley, the African-American comic, if you're over 50 years old, you know who I'm talking about. Jackie Miles Mabley said it didn't start in this thing, didn't start in NA. Jackie Miles Mabley said, if you always do what you always did, then you will always get what you always got. Shit. You want me to slow down? World Convention. Fucking. Yeah, I sent my resume. Ain't that a bitch? They gonna ask somebody in an anonymous program to send a motherfucking resume to speak somewhere. Let me tell you something. Let me give you my hit. Right? This is my hit. I have never submitted a tape for a convention. Never done it. Check it out. I believe that when people submit tapes, wait, you're setting yourself up for failure. And failure generates low self-esteem, right? I believe that when I submit a tape, and Kobe submits a tape, and Sam submits a tape, that we're competing against each other. And that it says, check it out. It says that we should never be in competition with each other, you know? So guess what? If God, I understand him. If God Almighty wants me to speak, you'll get the goddamn tape some kind of way. It'll pass your home. It'll pass your committee. It'll go somewhere. But I don't submit no tape. Check it out. I don't audition for God. One of the reasons for that is that I'm real secure in who I am. I don't have to get the call to go and speak at every convention. I don't have to do that. I need to do more living than speaking so I can share my living experience. I can internalize my process and turn around and help somebody with it. You know? Now, wait a minute. It's a process, y'all. If you're doing a lot of speaking, that's the phase you're in. If you stay stuck, if you refuse to listen to God, when God tells you no, run, no, stay home. Wait a minute. When you stay home, run. Listen to this. Listen to this. Go to the 10th step and work how and why. Right? It says we need to stay in tune with the voice of our conscience and listen to what it's telling us. When we get a nagging feeling that something isn't quite right, we should pay attention to it. Listen to the goddamn voice. Listen to the voice. It's the same voice that we used to hear when we were walking up and down the wrong streets. That voice that said, don't do that. No, Ron, don't go. But as I heard speakers share this weekend, my not going wasn't the reason me should get more. My relationship with God is not one where I experience instant gratification. It's not one. My experience with God requires that I do something that two groups of people that I know of find highly, highly difficult. One group of people is the people suffering with ADD and ADHD. You know your diagnosis. You have a diagnosis of attention deficit disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and you find out that you can't wait. You're right where you're supposed to be. Waiting is not in the composition of people with ADD, ADHD, and waiting is not in the composition of addicts. Waiting is the hardest thing in the world to do. Wait. I don't want to wait. I want it now. Why wouldn't you want it now? We smoke the crack, we get high right away. Now don't get high in 2-3 weeks. Get high right away. So we develop patterns. We develop patterns of living like that. Waiting. I found out that I have to wait. That I have to check it out. That I have to accept the hand that I've been dealt. The hand been dealt. Wait a minute. There's a path. There's a path that Ron H. should have been on. But in order to have an appreciation for that path, in order to be effective and successful on that path, it was necessary for me, check it out, to get off of that path. We get off, what do you mean get off the path? I'm going to take you back to, check it out, take you back to DASCNA 1. DASCNA 1. When I shared on from out of the darkness into the light. I'm going to tell you, we were born in the light. Sam can relate to this. We were born in the light, right? Nurtured and nourished, right? Dependent on some power greater than ourselves. You know, call it God. Everybody in here don't have a belief in God. You need to remember that, folks. You got Buddhists in here, and they recovering, and they have a sense of belief in the universe. You got Native Americans in here. They don't believe in God or the universe. They believe in the spirit. All right, we need to honor and respect people's beliefs. You know, so in my lectures and in my sharing lectures, y'all ain't the only people I talk to. You're not the only people I talk to here. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that. In my talks, I talk about being dependent on the universe or the spirit of God. And add your own if I'm missing something. I don't have it all. It's sometimes God comes through the form of mother's breast milk when the baby's crying and want to be nurtured and fed. All right? So now we dependent, and that dependency works well with us. Somebody feeds us, they clothe us, they shelter us. The basic needs for human development. Food, clothing, and shelter at the bottom. Safety, the next level. Safety, are you safe in your home? If your ass is getting abused and you're not safe in your home and you call yourself recovering, get the fuck out. Go to a shelter. Go somewhere. Get some help. You don't have to come into recovery, check it out, and continue to be Kunta Kinte. I talked about slavery. You don't have to continue to be a slave. In somebody's household, get some goddamn help. The second level is safety. The middle level is belonging. Want to be a part of a group. Says hints and treatment programs. We do psychosocials. It talks about our relationships with people. The next level is esteem and self-esteem. Esteem, what I do for you and you tell me, good job, Ron, you the bomb diggity, right? Then I do a good job for myself, right? I do a good job and I say, Ron, good fucking job, Ron. That's self-esteem. Self-esteem can't be given to me by anybody in this room. Nobody in this room can give me self-esteem. You can only give me esteem. You can only give me validation. You can only make me feel like I am somebody, right? But I'm the one that ultimately has to make the connection that I am somebody. You know, in the top level. And this is where NA takes us. And we work this program like our fucking lives depend on it, right? NA takes us to the top. The top is self-actualization. Who are you? What do you want to do with this new person you've become? Huh? Are you praying? Are you meditating? Are you asking God as you understand him, what would God have you do? Huh? Or are you still running on your own juice? What the fuck would you have you do? No, I won't make it to the World Convention. They said Ron H. They said Ron H. cursed too much. Let me tell you what. I was the opening speaker in Harold P.'s area, Small Wonder area, SWACNA. All right, check it. Am I saying it right, Harold? SWACNA. It was about 7 years ago, a long time ago. And I had uncontrollable profanity. Uncontrollable. I was out of control. And I worked on it. Oh, check it out, check it out, check it out. Things that I identified I need to work on, they not all right if I don't work on them. If I identify I need to work on them, I need to work on them. All right? You don't need to work on them. I need to work on them. Right? So I said I'm going to work on cussing because it was out of control. And I'd be at the podium. I'd say, Swackler water. So I'm at the podium. Right? And I'd go to cuss and I'd say, ow. And I shoved the curse word back down my mouth. And I practiced that for 3 years. And it's at the point now, check it out. It's at the point now where I don't curse uncontrollably. If you hear me curse, it's because I fucking want to curse. That's it. This is my choice. I'm not operating on anybody else's standard of morality. Don't lay your standard of morality on me. I'm not apologizing for any of that. I'm bilingual. Watch my time. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, but we got time. I don't know who I am on my own. On my own, I'm probably what is reflected in my rap sheet. Because that's running on my own juice. And the second step is said, our best efforts resulted in ever greater destruction and despair. My best efforts. So when I look at my best efforts, I find out that I need to do some research with y'all. I need to find another way. It's the third part of the trilogy that we've been talking about all weekend. The trilogy, a story in 3 parts. Any addict can 1, stop using drugs. 2, lose his desire to use. And 3, find a new way to live. A new way to live doesn't mean doing what I did before and doing it clean. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't. It said that recovery is an active change in ideas, what I think about something, attitudes, how I feel about what I think, and behaviors, how I act on what I feel about how I think. It's recovery. So I said, what if staying clean comes first? What comes second? What comes second is for me to go back. Check it out. How do I get back to that path? The path that I was supposed to be on. The path that some form of trauma took me out of the light. Some trauma. Some kind of, it's not always abuse, but a lot of times it's abuse. Half of the women in this room been abused. I know you've been abused. I know it. I'm telling you, you can heal from your abuse. You know, check it out. There are avenues to heal from abuse. And contrary to what some of the shit people tell you, you might have to go somewhere other than Narcotics Anonymous to get your healing. I said get your healing. I didn't say stop using drugs. Because it's the pain, it's the trauma that if we don't resolve it, will send us back to using. the trauma comes up again. The last time I was here with a woman whom I called my wife. I tell you, I'm going to give you an update and some disclosure. First of all, the second step says in the basic text, it says we talked and listened to others. We saw other people recovering, and they told us what was working for them. It's a system of reporting. We should be reporting on our living experiences. And since I haven't been out here in a while, let me report. My wife, whom I loved, still love. Yeah, still love. I ain't got no hate for her. My wife, who I loved, and through you, the Fellowship of Narcotics Anonymous, helped her to begin her process of liberation. At the age of 15, my wife tried to commit suicide. She shot herself in the side, and as a result of that suicidal attempt, she lost her right leg below the knee. So I was married to a woman whom a lot of cruel people will call a cripple. But I love my wife beyond her apparent deficiency. Y'all told me it wasn't the packaging, it's what's in the package. Right? And my wife and I traveled everywhere. All over. Didn't like not being away. Didn't like being away from her. Huh? Made it real public. Why? Because in my history I got defects of character, like a lot of guys. I didn't need to keep my wife a secret. Come to a convention, act like I'm not married. Huh? Maybe I can get pussy. You dig it? You know what I mean? Huh? Shit. Wait. Check it out, wiggling door. Maybe somebody want my yacht. Hey, when you share that shit, it belongs to everybody. Oh boy. So I kept it public. I'm trying to make my marriage work. Wait a minute, second step, the stuff I just read, we can't change our thinking. But we change our behavior will affect our thinking. Huh? That stuff with the other women, it went away. It went away. Abracadabra, gone. And I talked to you just now about physiological needs, food, clothing, and shelter, safety, belonging, esteem, and self-esteem, and self-actualization. Well, my relationship and my home, I bought a home 5 years ago. A home. Anybody can buy a home. Two things required. One is attitude and one is objectivity. The objectivity is, do you have the ability to pay? So they want to see your check stubs and your pay stubs and your tax returns and all that. Do you have the ability to pay? The second thing, they want to check your attitude. Will you pay? Right? Will you pay? Say, do a credit report. The credit report will reflect your attitude. You know? And so if you got a lot of stuff missing, you may have to tighten that up before they give you something. All right? So we bought a home with skylights in the ceiling. I still have this home. It's my home. Skylights in the ceiling, cathedral ceiling, ceiling fans, finished basement, prayer room, big backyard, nice fenced in, just right for kids. You won't have to worry about them getting run over by trucks and cars. But things changed. It got so safe in my home, and my wife knew that she wouldn't have her teeth knocked out or be stomped, beat down, or murdered. And you women who have had abuse experiences, you know what I'm talking about. That my wife sat down and she said, honey, I got to talk of something pretty serious. She said, I need to tell you that I'm attracted to women. And she said, the reason I shot myself at the age of 15 was because I had gotten rejected from another female. I never knew this story. And guess what? She probably thought that, let me tell you how the disease is. All right? And not the disease, how the body's survival mechanisms function. When stuff is too traumatically unbearable, the mind represses it. It represses it. It goes way, way, way down till it doesn't exist in the conscious mind anymore. And when my home became safe, where she knew she wouldn't be killed or beat down, she felt that it was safe enough for her to sit down and check it out. I was developed enough in my recovery, in my maturity as a man, where she could sit down and talk to me, check it out, and she would pray for my understanding. I was devastated. I was hurt. But I wasn't hating on her. I'm a therapist, y'all. I'm going to connect some of the dots here. I've done some work. When me and my wife went to therapy, and we did all we can do, second step, right? Don't leave a stone unturned, but know when to let go. The wisdom to know the difference. And it was decided that that was her phenomena, loving women. And I ain't never hated on gays or lesbians, bisexuals, or people who are questioning themselves. Never. And my religious presenter, which I'm not going to go into, tells me that I should. Tells me I should stone them. I depart from my religion on that, folks. I depart. I listen to God as I understand him. I don't listen to cathedrals and masjids, and I don't listen to other people. I listen to God. I take a risk. And what do you mean by that risk? A risk of isolation and expulsion. And I'm from my community, other community. But check it out. If I'm with God, I'm never isolated. So I let her go. I let her go. She said, I don't want the home. She said, it's yours. You paid the money for it. It's yours. She said, I don't want to hurt you. It's yours. I let her go. 2.5 years ago. And I remained friends with her. She'll call me. She was in between jobs the last month, and she'll call me. She'll say, I only got $16 in my checking account, and I'm hungry. I said, give me your checking account number. Let me go put some money in it. Huh? Wait a minute. Not only is this a friend. Wait a minute. Check it out. But I say I love Almighty God, right? I love God. I love God. If I love God, I can love God, but not love the creation. This is spiritual breakfast. So I fed my wife. Huh? I clothed my wife, even though I know she's not with me and that she's doing things, check it out, with other people. It's not my wife's choice. So I'm not with her. So when you folks see me out here and, I'm trying to answer your questions. You dig what I mean? And check it out. I shared the other stuff. You have a right to know. If I can give you the good, I can give you the tough. All right? So I've been working on myself. I started to come out of the darkness. Back in 18. I'm 54 years old. I was born July 14th, 1948. For 25 years, I shot heroin. I'm from the New York metropolitan area. I live in New Brunswick, New Jersey. My home group is Cha-Cha-Cha. They're meeting at this very moment. My home group members send me out with blessings. I was in treatment 32 times. Between 1967 and 1988. I had anonymity long before I came to Narcotics Anonymous. They took my name. They say we people caught in the grip of a continuing and progressive illness whose ends are always the same. Jails, institutions, and death. I started hitting the institutions. Prisons. 33,262. 51,410. 54,45. 62524. They wanted me to share in Williamsport on a topic called relationships versus hostage ships. I ain't never took a motherfucker hostage. Except for the warden. The warden of Yardville Prison. I took him hostage for 2.5 days. I was out of my mind. I wanted what I wanted when I wanted it. I got indicted for kidnapping with ransom. The ransom give us the demands, we'll give you the warden. I was facing the death penalty or life imprisonment. I didn't know what was going to happen to me. Wait a minute, I didn't have a God of my understanding. I just had a vague relationship, a vague knowledge of God. But trust me, I started calling on him. God, I don't want to die. God, I don't want to languish in prison for the rest of my life. God, wait a minute, the foxhole. God, please help me. I got found guilty of false imprisonment. Carried 4 years. The law said they couldn't convict me of kidnapping and false imprisonment. It had to be either or. God said, wait a minute, I'm not going to remove it from him. He needs to have some lessons and experiences in other places, but he don't deserve death. Somewhere I heard y'all say somewhere as a kid growing up, God giveth and God taketh away. I came to Narcotics Anonymous for 2.5 years, nodding, shooting stag, heroin, doogie. I came in the worst of conditions and I showed up. The only requirement for membership is a desire. But I came. And I came. I drive 30 miles one way to an NA meeting. Check it out. Using. 30 miles back. Using on a Wednesday night. Drive 25 miles on a Sunday morning. Using. And 25 miles back, but I kept showing. Drive over to Plainfield 15 miles one way, 15 miles. I kept showing up. They'd follow me around meetings. I'd be nodding and sweating. I'd go in the men's room. They thought I was going to shoot more dope and kill myself. They'd follow me in the bathroom. They made sure they said, Ron, look, you can't do that here. In the Speak of These group, 12-step meeting in New Brunswick, which is my home. I'm in the bathroom shooting dope in the stall. And I'm nodded out and I dropped the works on the floor. And you know, anybody who shoots dope know the sound of a set when it hits the concrete. They turn around and say, Ron, you gotta come out, come out of there, come out. And they walk me up the steps. They were on each side of me. They walked me up the steps. They said, you gotta go outside, take it outside. When I got to the top of the steps, the motherfuckers, they said, stash it, Ron. You're welcome, but the drugs aren't. Stash it and you can come back. I said, damn. So I came and I had a desire. It said that the group, right, and it worked how and why. It says the group is not the jury of desire. Huh? Do y'all know what it says? What it actually says is eloquent. Huh? Any addict who walks into a meeting, even a using addict, displays a level of willingness that cannot be discounted, while maintaining an emphasis on the importance of total abstinence. Still using addicts are welcome into our meetings with special encouragement to keep coming back. And I kept showing. And on August the 14th, I had a day clean. I didn't believe it. I didn't fucking use. I had a day clean. I had a desire, but my desire was the size of a poppy seed. It was infinitesimal. It was tiny, microscopic. Like, check it out. It was the size of a grain of cocaine. Y'all kept putting the life-giving waters, the nurturing of hope and the promise of freedom. You kept watering my goddamn seed with hope and the promise of freedom and hope and the promise of freedom. And then check it out, that little seed, it sprouted one root, one branch, and the branch said 30 days. Huh? It said 30 days, and the next branch says 60 days. Then it said 90 days. Then it said 6 months. Then it said 9 months. Then it said a year. Yes. I was glowing in the motherfucking dark. Yes. And you told me that any addict could stop using drugs. Anybody, even the guy who was in a 5 by 7 foot cell. I was in prison for 15 years. 15 years, man. Check it out. I saw Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter and Mother's Day and birthdays and my life go past. I thought that I was different. Living in a 5 by 7 foot cell, looking at sewer red eyes when I went to take a shit in the toilet. Smelling methane gas coming up from the back of the catwalk where the pipes had rotted out. Hugging the bars for fresh air. I thought, check it out. I thought, this is a line, I'm a poet. It's one of the lines from my poetry. I thought I would never again see the shape of the sun. But you guys have taken me from out of the darkness into the light. You've shown me the way. For 5 years, my first job in recovery was in treatment. In my 30-second treatment program was the Open Door Incorporated intensive outpatient program, and they needed a receptionist. And I said to myself, well, I don't shave my legs. And I'm bald. And but I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna apply for this. A reception. I don't type at all except for the prison typing. 2-3 fingers. Right? I did a lot of law work in prison, so I was better than I thought. I got the position. I sat there for 5 years. Usman sent me a letter after being there about 4 years, and it was addressed. It's my anonymity. I don't care about name stuff. My name is Ronald Wood Hayes. I ain't got no problem with it's mine. All right? Your responsibility is not to take my name outside this meeting. That's your responsibility. All right? I want you to know who I am. I don't want to die. You know how members go to hospitals? And they say, well, what's his name? What's his name? Well, wait a minute. I go to hospital. I say, well, I'm here to visit Jimmy T. Well, sir, what's his last name? I told you I said T. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you who I am, man. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know what kind of support I'm going to need. I don't want to have Pete and Jimmy and them and goddamn George and them. Jigga. Right? I don't want them coming up. They heard them in the hospital and they don't know who to ask for. It's their prayers. It's their camaraderie. It's their nurturing, their nourishing. It's their love that might, check it out, pull me out of that thing. Yeah, I know your last name, Sam. You're not alone. I know your last name. I remembered it up here. Because I know about your report about surgeries and stuff. How am I going to come to Baltimore and check it out and ask for, go to the hospital and say, is Samuel here? Is he here? Is Samuel here? Who that? Lovelace? Sam Lovelace? Let me stop. All right. 7 steps to recovery, not morbidly serious. I'm just trying to keep icebreakers, keep you with me. All right? It just happens. So now, so I sat there, and Usman sent me this letter. It said, Ronald W. Hayes, world's greatest receptionist. And he was, that's an esteem hit. That's esteem. That ain't self-esteem, that's esteem. He was telling me I was doing a good job as a receptionist. Wait a minute, all things considered. Right? All things considered. We can't stay there, we heard that last night. I can't stay just because, look, I ain't got to do no more. Because all, prison, treatment, death penalty, stuff like that. I can stay right here, right? No, I can't stay here. Okay. I can't stay here. One of the things that happens, check it out. One of the things happens if your self-esteem rises higher than your fucking job. You're not going to be happy at work. And my self-esteem started to rise. I was doing things for myself, and at 5 years clean, you know how they say at 5 years you get your brains out of hock. I don't know where that came from, but let me tell you something. At 5 years it became crystal clear to me. It's almost like it was a prophecy. Crystal clear to me that, Ron, you can be more than you are. You can be more than this receptionist. And it just 5 years it sent me to check it out. I sought through prayer and meditation to improve, make better my conscious contact with God as I understand Him. And I prayed only for knowledge of God's will for me and the power to carry it out, the balls, the juice, the fortitude to carry it out. God, we say it all the time. We say, God, take my will in my life. Guide me in my recovery. Show me how to live. We say that shit. Do we really mean it? Or some of us remain Milli Vanilli. Sharing clean, living dirty. Started asking myself a primary question. Ron, who do you want to be? Like the preview channel. That's what the second step tell you. Second step, like the preview channel. The second thing, the preview channel on cable, it start revolving. It tell you to pick a goddamn channel, right? Well, we come to NA, Those who keep coming to our meetings regularly stay clean. We come here, we hear people sharing, and we start checking out. Pick a fucking character. Who do you want to be? You don't have to be all of Sam. Take some of his characteristics. What you like about Sam, take it. What you like about Jimmy A, take it. What you like about Ron H, take it. You don't got to take it. You don't got to be a clone. You don't have to just be somebody else. Your best asset is being yourself. But we pick the characters. So once we pick the characters, we begin to what? Check it out. Here it is. Here's the problem. This is the stuff that holds us back. This is deep, y'all. So many times, addicts have sought the rewards of hard work without the labor. I want something, but I don't want to work for it. I said to myself, you're getting older, Ron. And I heard Jimmy talk about it. I'm with you on this, man. I get my Social Security report, and it got 15 years on it with zeros. Zeros. As if I haven't worked. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. Jimmy, I put another spin on this shit. That's not the truth. Every day in prison, 7 days a week, I worked in prison. Because in prison, if you work 7 days a week in New Jersey, you get 6 days off a month. I wanted to come home. If it was only to shoot a bag of fucking dope, I wanted to come home. So I worked every day in prison, right? So now I'm telling you something here. I feel exploited. I feel like check it out. Yes, I volunteered for slavery by sticking a spike in my arm, right? But they took advantage of me. They took advantage of me. I worked for 15 years. I got no fucking tax credits for it. They paid me $1 a goddamn day. I felt like a slave. You know what I'm saying? A slave. They paid, check it out, they got $40,000 a year for me. 15 times $40,000, $600,000. Check it out. Wait a minute. I know what I'm talking about. I'm coming to share. I come to share. This is my rap sheet. United States Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of a rap sheet. Now let's go back to September 21st. Check it out. September 21st, 1967, under the name of Ronald Wood Hayes. So there was no confusion about who this person was. Ronald Wood Hayes, September 21st, 1967, use of drugs, in parentheses, heroin. They didn't use that CDS bullshit. Heroin, they said. Yet those 15 years in prison I spent, not one time, not once did they ever come to me and ask me if I wanted treatment. They didn't want my ass out. They wanted to get paid for me. And I call it neo-slavery. Neo means new. It's a new form of slavery. Check it out. On August the 14th, 1989, I refused to participate in that slavery anymore. And I co-signed it, I underscored it with a big fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not coming back, you bastards. And I don't want, I'm not going to go through the death by police shit. You know what I'm saying? No. I got to find a new way to live. I got to do things differently. And I looked at my Social Security and I said, man, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to die in poverty. Lonely. I'm afraid of that, y'all. My son, 36 years old, and he hadn't gotten his life together. He's fleeing. He just runs from himself in reality. Down in North Carolina somewhere. He calls me and tells me, he says, Pop, he says, you got a new grandson. His name is Majestic. Slurring as he says it to me. Doesn't leave a phone number. I can't get back to him. My grandson, 21 years old. Let me tell you how God worked. My grandson, 21 years old, and when I got clean, I took him. I don't mean he lived with me all summer long. Every summer I had him. And I had to understand the psychology of young people that I hadn't heard from my grandson, because he's, check it out, the adolescent thing is you want to be like anybody but your fucking parents. The adolescent experience. You know, and he down there trying to be grown up. He's 21 years old, living in Tennessee. He called me up. He said, he thought he called me by my old prison name. He said, Rashiva. Y'all ain't even know that shit. Right? He said, Rashiva. I ain't gonna correct him, man. I let him go. That's, you know, that's what he had on me. He said, Rashiva. He said, I want to come and stay at your house the week of the 4th of July. He said, I'd like to bring my girlfriend. I want you to meet my girlfriend. I want my girlfriend to meet my grandfather. You know, and a part of me was saying to myself, well, why the guy ain't called me before? Because he was going through the adolescent experience, man. See, my grandson, 21, gonna bring his girl up. Check it out, check it out. That's gonna be my world convention. I ain't had to put in no resume. Huh? I ain't had to submit no tape. I'm not gonna go no place else with that. I've been there already. After 5 years, I started training myself. I ain't had no money. I ain't had no money. Training costs money. I love working with, check it out, my peeps. The addict, my peeps. Love working with the addicts. I said, well, you know, wait a minute. Since your best asset is being yourself, you love working with the addicts, huh? And they told me if you find a job that you love, it's like not going to work, right? So I said, well, how am I gonna pay for this? So wait a minute, I'm gonna tell you what y'all told me. I put my hand up in the community, not in the meeting. Huh? Huh? What are we doing? What are we doing? The 22.5-hour meeting? Huh? The big meeting out there? Huh? What do we do? Or do we run from meeting to meeting to meeting? 10 years, going to 4 meetings a day. Huh? Shit, you need to get hurt a little bit so you can work your program. I put my hand up in the community. I asked the division director for alcohol and drug abuse in Middlesex County, can you help me? I want to train myself. The guy knew me. I was sitting at the front desk for 5 years. The receptionist, bald head, hairy legs. He said, fax me the program's curriculum. I faxed it to him. A week later, he called me back. He said, Ron, you got the scholarship. He said, you got a full scholarship. So I went to training every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. I had a surgery on Thursday. Had a herniated disc between lumbar 4 and 5. I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't walk. Any members would come and take me to the doctor, pick me up, carry me in their vehicles, take me to the doctor's office. Right? But I had that surgery, and I said, man, listen, I'm not a martyr. I'm not a hero. I did my inventory. I asked the doctor, is it safe for me to go to training? The doctor said, take these crutches. Take these crutches and take your medication. Non-narcotic medication. Sometimes we get caught up. We think that we have a surgery, that we got to have Demerol, morphine, Percocet, Percodan, Vicodin. You understand? Check it out. Sometimes all we got to have is balls, courage, and open-mindedness. Right? We got to listen to what the program says, right? Unless the pain is going to send me into shock, right? Unless the pain is going to make me near death. Check it out. I need to endure the pain. Endure the pain. The pain will help me to build character. So I went. I didn't miss class. Then I put together my written case presentation. The easiest part was making an oral case presentation. I had to go talk before these stiff people. Stiff, they were dry. They weren't like you. They didn't let me know whether I was hitting or not. And I passed. And I got my, check it out, I got my credential. Certified alcohol and drug counselor. Took the international written examination. Qualified me to practice in Ohio if I want to with an ICIDC. Check it out, internationally certified alcohol and drug counselor. Then I got my license, and a certified social worker. Wait a minute. More. The Addicts National Anthem. More. This feels good. More. Yeah, you know, more. It feels good. Self-esteem rising. Feel good. Then I thought about my friend Hal P. Hal, give me the permission to share. I thought about my friend Hal P. I said, damn, that Hal P. got a master's degree. He don't talk about that too much. Al P got a master's degree. And he told me about this program where I could take, check it out, I could take my GED.
What you say? Go shit.
He told me, he said, Ron, you don't need a bachelor's degree. If you successfully pass these entrance examinations, competitive examinations with people who have a bachelor's degree. You're all in the same room. You're all taking the same test. You all are, check it out, having an egalitarian experience. That means an equal experience, man. I ain't gonna say nothing to leave anybody hanging. That ain't where I'm at. You know, I don't want to do what is it, flim flam, hoodwink, and bamboozled. I don't want you to. Oh no. And it took, check it out. It took me 4 years to get the courage to do that. 4 years, let me tell you what. If you're trapped by the need for instant gratification, you may suffer in your recovery. But check it out, it's like it wasn't my time. Prayer and meditation tell me when it's my time. And it was my time. He had provided an example. I introduced him last night and I talked about it. I didn't go into no detail. I said he had been a mentor for me. Not a minute. He didn't come and sit down at my house and talk to me. He showed me. The proof is shown in the way we live. He showed me, Ron, you can do this. I was down in Wilmington, down there, me and Usman snotting and spitting, carrying a message at the crest, you know, a Gander Hill prison or something like that. And we went and had a meal, a brief meal. And in that brief meal, he said, Ron, you're not going to be happy until you go in the direction that you know you should go in. He said, you need to credential yourself. Now, he wasn't telling me to do something he hadn't done. You dig it?
Okay.
So I went to Lincoln University. And I studied hard. And I did everything that y'all told me to do. Sit in the front. Ask questions when you don't know. Email or call the professor. Don't front, boy. Don't front. Wait a minute. This is your one opportunity. I'm going to talk about opportunities and 3 doors that we have. It's your one opportunity, Ron. So I went, drove to Philadelphia, 65 miles one way, 65 miles back to New Brunswick every Saturday for 2 fucking years. Drove to Brooklyn, New York on Wednesday night from 6 to 9 every Wednesday night for 2 fucking years. Wait a minute. How bad do you want it? Huh? So often addicts thought the reward of hard work but without the labor. Huh? Why ask for something before you're ready for it? In May of 2000, May the 7th, I was asked to speak in St. Joseph's, Missouri. Asked me to do the banquet on May 7th. I said, I can't come. I can't come. I said, that's the day I'm graduating, getting my master's degree. So I got my master's degree in human services. 4 dimensions: psychology, ethics, systems, and research. So now I'm holding a MHS, a CADC, an ICADC, a CSW. And wait a minute, to shut up the people who say, well, just because he's been in prison doesn't mean he's a criminal justice counselor. He just has the experience. Does he have the academic piece? I went on and got certified as a criminal justice counselor. I don't want anybody telling me. I don't want man fucking with me. Sergeant Franklin Citro on September 21st, 1967, when he arrested me for that use of heroin, told me I was a junkie. I was a bum. He said, you're finished. You ain't shit, boy. You ain't shit. Fuck LaCitra. Fuck that motherfucker. Let me tell you what. You can be anybody you want to be. Anybody. Who you want to be. So I took a course over at the Albert Ellis Institute with Dr. Ellis, the father of rational emotive behavioral therapy, REBT, cognitive restructuring. I took a course, and then I was sitting in the class with the PhDs and the PsyDs, and they told me, because I was going through something, they said, boy, you going through, they said only 10% of the United States population have a master's degree. And with the background that you've been through, they said you are blessed. And they weren't in the program. So let me tell you where I'm at now. I'm still a student. I'm enrolled at Capella University in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm working on my PhD in addiction psychology. 2005. Since I broke my anonymity, 2005, I expect to be Dr. Hayes. Now, I want to clarify something. This is not about me. My disclosure to you is not about, how wonderful I am. The message is hope, and the promise is freedom. Where are you going to get the hope from if people don't share it with you? It would be an injustice. It would be arrogant for me to keep my experience to myself. So I'm telling you where I'm going. I'm not having any drama in my life. The most difficult thing I'm having right now is I'm in a relationship with a young lady. I don't know why this young lady, why she like me. I'm 53 years old and she's 23. She's been pushing up on me for quite some time. I've done all kinds of stuff to to disqualify myself. Why me? Why and I get hit by the moral shit from society. You old enough to, my grandson 21, you old enough to be her father. Look, man, I told you I ain't gonna share on relationship versus hostage. All right? This woman love me. She act like it, and so guess what? I'm trying to move past questioning that. I'm trying to move past beating myself out of happiness. All right? I want to be happy. I don't think that God wants his messengers to be alone. I think that God wants his messengers to have companionship, in the definable companionship that one lives their life by. So I'm doing that, and it's difficult. It's not easy for me. Now, we say that God placed people in our life at certain times for certain things. Now, this woman may be in my life for a short time. I don't know. And guess what? It's none of my business. It really isn't none of my business. I don't feel used. Listen, I'll help her with anything she needs. If y'all know my story, you know that I ain't got no thing with money. I don't buy people. I will help you. You need something, I'll help you. All right? And I'll tell you why I help you. Because God has blessed me. God has blessed me in a way that I've never known. I'm at a place in my life where I have never done so well financially. When I was in Toledo, I was suffering. That was in February of 2001. Things have changed. Perseverance. Faith. Just stick and stay. Wait a minute, don't quit before the miracle happens. Some make more, some make less. Listen, just want to give you an idea, man. This is a second step hit for people who need something to sink their teeth into. Right? On Monday, On Monday, I made $500. Thursday, I made $500. Right? I made $250 on Tuesday and $250 on Wednesday. I don't know how much that is. All right, now that's every week. All right, now I'm just trying to share something here, all right? Listen, I'm not trying to tell you about that. I'm trying to tell you that, like, God will take care of you. When God takes care of you, check it out. It's my responsibility to take care of somebody else. All right? Now the girl's in cosmetology. Her name is Dawn. Not the girl, Dawn. All right? Wait a minute, yeah, Dawn. All right? She's in cosmetology school. She has a dream. We're talking about visions without limits. She has a vision. And she's not working because she's a full-time student. You know, she gets unemployment because she had to leave that job to go to school. And if you do that kind of thing, unemployment in New Jersey will help you. All right? So, like, when I come on this trip, right, I put an envelope in my I got a firebox. And I'm probably going to get home before most of y'all, so I ain't going to worry about y'all cracking my crib. Right? I got a firebox with $11,000 in it and $100 bills. God been good to me. All right? And I put an envelope in there with some money in it, with her name on it. So I talked to her, I said, if you need some money, check it out, check this out. Your envelope is upstairs in the firebox. So if you're wondering how she can get in the firebox, I gave her a key. And she's house sitting now she don't live with me, I live alone. But she at the house. All right. So she has ADD, attention deficit disorder, and ADHD. No, she has ADD. She has ADD, attention deficit disorder. And attention deficit disorder makes people extremely angry. All right. Can't wait, short-tempered, intolerant. All right. I don't think she can make it with most people. God places it in my life. All right. Because I can work with intolerance, impatience, anger. Huh? I'm a therapist. I have a private practice. I practice at home. All right. And I work with people with anger management problems, eating disorders, relationship issues, addictions, of course. Right? I'm a consultant on 3 different projects. Right? Wait a minute. This is the 15 years in prison, death penalty, 32 times in treatment, 2.5 years in NA, shooting dope. Right? I mean, when the message is hope and the promise is freedom. All right. So I consult with these various organizations, and they treat me real well. All right, haven't had a chance to get to a bank. I got a check in my pocket for $1,100. You dig it? Huh? I'm just trying to tell you, God bless you. So I'm blessing her. I give it back to her. I give it back to her. What you need? You need an outfit? Wait, it ain't for pussy. That's already happening. Look, I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to do something before I die. I'm trying to do something before I die, man. If she in my life for 2 years, guess what? I'm gonna grieve that. Grieve it. If she leave my life, I'm gonna grieve it. Like I grieve my wife. Like I grieve any other. Except I know how to grieve now. Huh? Grieve, huh? I know I'm gonna go through a process. Huh? A process, right? The process of anger, bargaining. You know what I mean? Denial, depression, and acceptance. It's a 5-stage process. I've been there. Who better to handle a situation like that?
Okay. Come on, Ron.
So anyway, I just wanted to share that I'm working on that. And other than that, my life is going quite well. I guess, Joe, I should probably end it. Is it a CD running out, Joe? Huh? Close. All right. Listen, I've come here to be with my friends in Dayton. And the friends who've come to Dayton from other places. I want to leave you with this, right? There are 3 doors of opportunity, or 3 doors that I see that most of us get confronted with. All right? There's the door that's for Jimmy A, that's his door. But it's not the door for me. You know what I mean? It's not the door for Michelle. All right? It's his door. So for me, it's a door that's not for me. The door of inopportunity. All right? And unless I can get with God and get into the spiritual relationship with God, that God has something for me. On the path that I have gotten back on that I was originally on, where they say, so it is written. Back on that path that God has a door for me. And that's the problem that a lot of us have, and I started hating on Jimmy, because Jimmy's door has some shit that I really would like to have. That I would like to have. Not that the God has for me, but I'd like to have it. Because check it out, I become jealous, envious. I want what Jimmy has, and I start pulling on Jimmy's door. Nothing happens. I pull a goddamn doorknob off. And I curse. I say, what the hell? I told who the fuck is that? Who Jimmy think he is? He can do that kind of stuff. What's going on here? Then there's a door of opportunity. The door that's on my path. The door that check it out, that voice in the 10th step that I talked about, that voice says, Ron, go through the door. Go through the door, man. Just go. But I'm afraid. I'm afraid. And it's not abnormal to be afraid. Fear is healthy. Fear can also get in our way. Change. Check it out. Just for the day living the program. Change also involves the great, check it out, listen to the language, the great source of fear. The unknown. So the unknown, even our literature knows that's been given to us by a loving God. Knows that fear, the unknown, is great source of fear, not over-the-counter generic. It's a magnificent form of fear. But so the voice says, Ron, go through the door. But I want to know what's on the other side, because I'm trapped by the need for instant gratification. What will happen when I turn my will and my life over? Will I become perfect? What will happen when I go through the door? Our problem is that we either don't go through the door, or we go to the door and we have a reservation. We put a cardboard wedge in the door. Because if I initially don't like what's on the other side of the door, I run back out. Any new situation is uncomfortable, addicts. Any new situation. And it takes some time to adjust to the new situation. We need to go through the door that's for us, the door that calls us. Close the fucking door. Close it. And begin to live what's on the other side of the door. Or we end up in front of the door of missed opportunities. The door that we walk back and forth in front of, where people are shuffling like they're on psychotropic medications. The door where people are standing over there, and the only thing that people ever have to show you, the only thing that's ever displayed in front of that door is intolerance, indifference, hatred, prejudice, deceit, isolation, abandonment, guilt, shame, anxiety, selfishness, greed, dishonesty, closed-mindedness, unwillingness, gossip, confusion, doubt, low self-esteem, self-loathing, fear, indecision, failure, check it out, aimlessness, enmity, denial, obsession, compulsion, and regret. And we stand in front of the door of missed opportunities because we missed our opportunity because we were afraid to go through the door, and we start hating on people, become player haters, hating on that motherfucker, who he think he is, who she thinks she is. Look what they got. We start to check it out. God will give you what you need. If you got a goddamn Cadillac, God must decide that's what you need. We just don't measure our recovery. But I had a car for 10 years. I still have it. Got 250,000 miles on it. So last month I bought a new car. And had a car in 10 years. I want something that wait a minute, that's reliable enough for me to carry the message.
That's right.
There's ways to look at things, man. All right. Look, my time is up. I'm gonna shut it down. Listen, I love you all. Thank you for working with me all these years. You know, I really have done the best that I can do. I mean, I don't know what else I can possibly do right now. But I'm open to suggestions. If anybody has any, I hope that everybody gets home safely. Get home. Pray before you leave the building. You know, in your own fashion, whatever your fashion of connection with your higher power is, with God or the universe or the spirit, pray. Get in touch. Get home safely. Be abundant with this message. Carry the message. Be proliferate it. Spread it all over. Sow the seeds. What do we say? The full fruit of a labor lives in the harvest. And that always comes in its right season. I'm an addict named Ron. Thank you. Oh.